So, what is it exactly that brings happiness? When surveyed with the question, what do people think will make them happy? Here are the typical responses. It's worth noting that we think other people think these things make them happy, but at the same time, we think we are immune to the same thinking. This is a warning. It's a warning to tell you that the things people think are important for being happy aren't. And also, we're not immune, even if we think we are. In this section, I'll walk you through some of the top responses, starting with the biggest and most obvious one, which is loud and clear: money. When asked face to face, people do say that money doesn't buy happiness. But in an anonymous Gallup poll from 2018, most people did say that they wanted to be rich. In reality, we do believe there's a connection between fiscal fitness and feeling fantastic. Evidence for this can be seen in the jackpots, mega millions, and Powerballs of the world. Recent numbers from the UK show a spend of £3.4 billion per year on the lottery. And also, notice the upward trend. Spend has been increasing year over year for quite some time. You think the Brits spend a lot? How about this? In 2021, spend on US lotteries was over $105 billion USD. That's an all-time high and an increase of almost $16 million over the previous year. That's more than Americans spend on books, music, sports tickets, video games, and movie tickets combined. What's more, the importance of money is increasing over time. Since 1967, the annual American Freshman Survey has been asking students what's important in life. Back then, 86% of students said having a meaningful philosophy on life was important, and only 42% chose being very well off. But in recent years, the responses have flipped. Only 52% said meaning in life, and 71% opted for being well off as important. So what does well off even mean? One way to look at this is to ask, how much money do we need to make to be happy? This is something Sonia Lubomirsky and her team studied and covered in her book, The How of Happiness. They surveyed people at different income levels to ask them what amount would make them happy. Those who earned $30,000 a year wanted $50,000, and those who earned $100,000 felt that they would be happy with $250,000. The bottom line here is that it's a moving target. This trend is consistent across all levels of earning. No matter how much people made, they felt earning more would make them happier. But wait, let's review the data about life satisfaction and income. This is one question Ed Diener studied in his book, Unlocking the Mysteries of Psychological Wealth. He asked, are those who make more money in fact happier? Data from two extensive global surveys indicated the mean showed a low correlation, around 0.1, which means that life satisfaction is perhaps barely associated with income, but at such a low number that it's negligible. You may be thinking, sure, that may apply, but only in wealthy countries. Diener considered this as well, so dug deeper to compare wealthy versus poor countries. What he found was that in poor countries, as income goes up, people do get happier, but only until the point that their basic needs are met. At that point, more money doesn't help that much. So the bottom line to the question, does money make us happier, is this. Maybe a little if you don't already have your basic needs covered. But for the most of us, it's not going to make much of a difference, and it makes way less of a difference than we actually think.